Alrighty, guys, you know I'm excited for Palantir this week, especially after what we saw last week for the stock, particularly on Friday, where we went over $27 per share, and we closed at, let's see, $27.23, about 30 cents shy from the highs from back in March, guys. We're almost there. And I think if we break out of those highs, we could be going to 30 bucks per share. So we have to do a quick update on the charts here, break down my thoughts as we're heading into this brand new week. So guys, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and of course, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moo with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moo, and of course, that is an affiliate link. It helps out the channel. And get this, for a limited time, your uninvested cash on the platform will earn 8.1% APY, which, guys, cheers to that, man. That's a no-brainer. And with that being said, let's get into it. And actually, let me take a sip of my coffee for this video, guys. I'm gonna need it. All right, there we go. So let's start here. Palantir stock on Friday completely exploded, right? Up over 5%. Up over $1.30, and a lot of that gain came in the morning, as I'm sure you guys saw at this point. We opened up at around $25.90. You can see it right here, and we rocketed all the way to about $27.25 by 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast, right? So we saw a big move there, around 5% in the first hour. Then we coasted for a good amount of the rest of the day, and then we ended up running into close. You guys can see if I zoom in right here, starting at about 2 p.m., so not quite yet power hour, but about 2 hours before close, we started running a bit, and then in power hour, it started to accelerate, and we got to $27.25. And in the aftermarket, you guys can see we, we were consolidating a bit at about 27.20, 27.25, holding the gains from the day, which is a really good sign for the bulls on PLTR. So there's no doubt, like I said, we're breaking out. We're about 30 cents shy of the highs for March. We're at a high here on the 5-day, 5-minute. Golden cross with the move on Friday. We took out the highs from the last couple of days. That's really good here, technically speaking, guys. And on the 10-day chart, of course, we're breaking out as well. In fact, if I pull the 20-day chart up, let me show you this. You guys probably remember about 2-ish weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks at this point, we were struggling to break above 26.50, right? And, well, we just took it out. We took it out on Friday. That was the high from the 20th of June. 20th of June. Then we pulled down a bit. Boom. 23 bucks. That's where I actually added to my position. I bought the dip. And oh boy, am I glad I did that, guys. I bought the dip. And now we're obviously breaking out. And the ascending triangle we had drawn out, excuse me, guys, that's playing out pretty clear as day here. And now we're playing in this window between $26.50 to $60 to about $27.50, which, again, that's the high from March. If I pull it up here on the 4-hour time frame, you can see back in March, we hit $27.50. Boom. We hit that point. We peaked out, sold off big time. That's where I bought Palantir heavily on the dip. And now the cup and handle we called out. Boom. Cup, handle. That's playing out, and now we're starting to go to $27.50, which ultimately, call me crazy, call me nuts, but I think we're going to break out of that point here on Palantir. Maybe at some point this week, guys, maybe at some point this week. We have a full week of trading, no holidays, no, off days, right? So the markets have 5 full days right now. Let's see what this thing can do, and I think the rally obviously has legs, but how long or how far will it go on this, spree of momentum, whatever you want to call it, right? Will we break 27.50, see a rally to 28.29, then see a bit of a pullback? Because let's be honest, guys, we're probably going to get a pullback. It's getting pretty overbought. But the question is, will we break 27.50 first, then pull down? That'd be ideal in my opinion. If we broke 27.50, let's say we ran to about 28.29, then we kind of pulled back and consolidated at 27.50. We broke, we break that resistance and treat it as support. That'd be ideal. but who knows if that will happen. That's the million-dollar question, right? But ultimately, forget about what's going to happen in the short term. Ultimately, I see this thing going past the highs from September 2021 being $29 per share, and ultimately I see it going to 30 plus, right? Like I've said time and time again in these update videos, and no doubt when Palantir was at $45 per share at the end of 2020, early 2021, it was overvalued. Let's be honest, way too much priced in for not too much fundamental growth at that point. Well, the company was still growing, doing well, no doubt about it, but the price was way up here when the value was like right here, and then the price came all the way down when the value was up here, right? And now the value's been going up, the price has been going up, and there's not a crazy disparity now between price and value. Back then, for sure there was, but now I think we're looking pretty good, man. You could still argue Palantir long-term is, I don't want to say extremely undervalued, because if you look at the PE ratio, price to sales, people would argue it's, oh my God, it's overvalued, don't touch it. But I don't buy into that because of the growth that Palantir will have in the future, especially if they're able to turn all these AIP boot camps into clients, which ultimately that's where the big growth will come in the next era of the growth story here for Palantir, right? So yeah, I think again there was a huge disparity between growth or not price and value a couple years ago. Not so much anymore. So I think we should rip through $30 and make our ways over time towards that $45 level again. I'm not sure when it will hit. I don't know, but ultimately I think we're going to get there. So what do you guys think about that heading into this week? I guess in the very short term, again, it comes down to us breaking 2750. So I'm going to set my alert there right now. Mark is at or above 2750. Beautiful. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. We'll see if it breaks out of there and starts making that next move towards $29 per share. So that's Palantir, guys. Definitely the top of my watch list for this week, as is AMD. AMD went up 5% on Friday, breaking out towards multi-week highs right now. And we're about to test, it looks like this week, the highs from around a month ago. Yeah, about a month and a half ago, we hit about 174, 173. I guess we did test it already on Friday, and we got rejected at 174. You guys can see that right here. So AMD is going to need to break out of that point, and I think we will. And I think we could start moving towards 180 to 183 after that, which was resistance all throughout this time right here. You guys can see, boom. This was in January heading into March, right? So I think AMD does have potential here in the short term, a lot of it, to go past 175. Go to 183, then if that were to break, man, who knows? We could be going even higher. So what do you guys think about Palantir, AMD? I figured I'd throw it in. We had a little bit of extra time. Let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you guys want to be a part of my private portfolio, see how I'm building that, all the stocks I'm buying, returns, all that good stuff, that's on Patreon down below. Feel free to check it out. Pretty cheap, pretty good price for the value you get. And, of course, don't forget to get your free stocks, up to 15 stocks with a $100 deposit, at least a $100 deposit on Moomoo. That's linked down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And for a limited time, your uninvested cash will earn 8.1% APY, which, guys, that's unheard of. It's a no-brainer, so get on it while it lasts. Link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you guys in the next video.